Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I figured I would dive in and talk a little bit about what Sentiment posted earlier yesterday. And we do see XRP network has now had its second and third largest address activity spikes of all time these past 2 days. A mild 4% decoupling has emerged between XRP and the altcoin pack. And if history repeats itself from the March 18th activity spike, it could be more. And here we have XRP's second largest address activity day day of all time, 490,000 addresses interacting on the network. And here you guys have it. And then we do see the March of this year activity spike, and we do see March 18th, the largest ever address activity spike, plus 45% price surge the following 10 days. It also doesn't talk a little bit about this sell-off here that actually happened. But in my opinion, we've been hearing a lot of noise recently around price action around XRP and, where the price is going and this and that. And, I want everyone to understand that, we shouldn't be caught up in the idea of, the price today, tomorrow, next week. It doesn't really matter. I know for a fact that the prices of XRP are not going to be at my levels of interest yet, at least. Probably for the next couple months, maybe even years ahead. And as we do look at the recent tweets that we've been seeing around Twitter, for an example from Johnny Deaton, this got 300,000 views, almost 5,000 likes. We do see XRP sits at 48 cents, and it's crazy to think about how many people who refuse to buy it now are going to buy it over $1. What's even more crazy is that FOMO won't likely kick in until $2. Now, I've seen a ton of YouTube videos being posted about this, and it's kind of comical because what we do is we get emotionally attached to some of these levels, and we get emotionally attached to some of these theories around where XRP is going to be trading at after the lawsuit and all this kind of stuff. To me personally, I just don't really care about it. I even made a tweet over on Twitter, and it's a little lengthy of a tweet. You guys probably already seen this because this is old. This is from May 26th, actually. And I seen that it was in a few other YouTubers' videos. But I said, if you were around in 2020, then you probably know of the historical XRP $20 to $30 price predictions. And if you were around in 2020, this was the idea. Even in 2019, we started to hear a lot about $20, $30, and it never morphed into reality. I even said, although they never morphed into reality, I do believe we will see a double-digit XRP eventually. Keyword there is eventually. I think that we would have been trading at $10 at least if it wasn't for the SEC. And I even said the SEC suppressed price action greatly on XRP. I do wonder where we would be today if it weren't for the lawsuit. Thanks for protecting retail investors, right? The good news is that we still have the opportunity to accumulate under 50 cents, and we might even get a chance at 20 to 30 cents again. Key areas here, by the way, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about why here in a second. And I said, today we know that Ripple is expanding its crypto offering to institutional giants through tokenization, liquidity management, CBDC slash stablecoin issuance, and much more. The XRP ledger continues to thrive with incredible development updates, user activity and growth, which, this is clear from the sentiment tweet, as well as much, much more. And also even use case as well. And I said there is so much more substance behind XRP today than 2017, 2018, for example. I've heard arguments of there never being an all-time for XRP again. It's ridiculous, and I do agree. It is absolutely ridiculous that people think that XRP can't go over its previous all-time high, even though the market cap of Bitcoin at all-time highs was 1.4 trillion or something like that. Ethereum was about $580 billion. It's absolutely crazy to think that XRP will never be worth $500 billion to $1 trillion plus with everything happening behind the scenes. Patience is a virtue. Those who see the vision will be rewarded. And, as we do look at XRP today, yeah, this price action is awesome. I love it, right? We're up, if you bought this recent dip, then, you're up about 27%. If you bought the dip back in the summer of 2022, then you're still up about 75%. I mean, this is not crazy to me personally. But there's some significance to this level that we're basically hitting here. This is where a lot of resistance on XRP stands. We already, hit it twice already on some run-ups. And, I even said what happens after these run-ups is crucial. Meaning if we do come back down and we go into a trend, you want to be buying these trends that, kind of cool off after runs like this. You don't want to be buying up here. You don't want to be buying when the price is going crazy. You want to buy when it is going sideways. And I even said this in a recent video. I was like, I've been buying these trends on XRP where we do just kind of go sideways for a little bit of time. This up here, this could very well be starting a trend here where, just kind of continues to go up. Like this is steps, right? These are, higher lows, followed by, possibly, hopefully, a higher high here, because if the higher high does morph into reality, and I think I made a video on this actually recently, I was looking anywhere between like 65 cents to possibly like 84 cents, which was a huge area of interest that I've had in mind for a while. A lot of this 80 cents up here is where a lot of resistance also resides, which I'm expecting a sell-off up there anyways. Possibly even 65 cents to have a sell-off as well, because again, going all the way back to November of 2020, there's a lot of resistance around roughly 64 cents, 65 cents. So we're still looking at these areas of where major resistance resides, because usually what we do see is a major sell-off where we can stack up our XRP bag. But I did tell everyone, like, you should be accumulating under 50 cents because it is an absolute steal, even under $1, right? If you believe in XRP, if you understand where XRP could very well go in price and value, then under $1 is a steal. But nonetheless, like I said, like a lot of people are not realizing what actually happened in March after that run up. Like, for example, here is March. We did get a nice little sell-off here. It was roughly... So this was like roughly about a 30% drop in value. Not saying that we get a 30% drop from this area, but if Bitcoin does have a major sell-off, we could very well be seeing 35 cents or so. And when I said 20 to 30 cents, like I meant just like the 20 to 30 cent region, meaning it could be 35 cents, 34 cents, 25 cents, who knows? And by the way, 20 some cents is still a possibility. Like we could create a lower low. It doesn't need to be, a higher low. We don't need to follow that, pattern. And I do have levels that I've outlined down here where I'm very, very interested. So 35 cents, obviously a major key area that I will be buying XRP at. 29 cents, 25 cents, roughly 2 cents. And then, of course, the SEC lawsuit price level, which also, this was a level that we bounced off of back in June of 2020, which, again, by the way, we had a run up in May of 2020 before having a sell-off. And this was also a significant jump from the March 2020 lows. It was roughly about 106%. And then this was followed by, roughly almost a 30% drop. So, I mean, I'm not expecting us to have a massive sell-off or anything like that. Like, I do think that we could also be seeing like the start of a major run-up. But I'm still very cautious. I still have capital on the sidelines. It doesn't hurt to have, buy orders or buy targets and, specific levels of interest, because again, like this is, a market where we are looking to accumulate as much as we possibly can at the lowest levels possible. So to me personally, like, as everyone is getting caught up in, all of these price actions and these price movements, it's kind of comical. It's kind of ridiculous. But also I do want to mention a recent move of Ripple's. So a lot of people have been commenting on my videos saying like, hey, Ripple just acquired Bitstamp, and they acquired Pantera's stake in Bitstamp to correct that. I still think that this is very large. I think that this is actually very exciting because, first off, it wasn't disclosed on how much they bought their stake for. But Bitstamp is one of the first crypto exchanges, and it's also a very large crypto exchange. And we do see since 2020, Ripple has been involved in a costly lawsuit with the US SEC on whether XRP meets the definition of a security. In the most recent development of the case, a motion from the US SEC or securities regulator to seal records of internal deliberations has been denied, which is also why I think that a lot of people are kind of speculative buying XRP right now. The move was viewed as a win for Ripple, which believes that some internal SEC speeches are key evidence in its ongoing litigation. And all while they are spending $200+ million on this lawsuit, like we recently seen them acquire Medico for I think it was like 250 million. I might be wrong on that. And then also they just acquired Pantera's stake in Bitstamp, which is wild to me because it seems as though Ripple is very confident on where they are at right now in this lawsuit. I think that this lawsuit is a lot of noise at this moment. I mean, I'm not really centered out on when this lawsuit is done. A lot of people have been expecting it to be done by now. This thing could stretch on for a while. Remember, Judge Torres you know, she could basically roll in 2024 if she wanted to, or 2025. Like, it can stretch on for years. That's why I say, like, we need to be patient. We can't, or patient, sorry. We can't be losing ourselves as well as losing our patience on an asset like XRP, because we know what's happening with XRP. We know what's going on behind the scenes. We know what Ripple is doing. And like I said in my tweet, like, you know, we are seeing Ripple expand today more than ever before. I mean, I would argue that, you know, Ripple expanding and having exposure to XRP and the XRP ledger, and the XRP ledger itself also expanding rapidly and thriving, you know, makes me so bullish, because going all the way back to 2017, 2018, and even, you know, during 2020 and 2021, like, if you've been around for these times in this market, then you know for a fact that, you know, during this time back here in 2017, 2018, there was so much speculation on XRP during this time. That's what caused these, you know, sporadic price action movements on XRP. XRP was also the third largest cryptocurrency at this time, and it was actually, I think it might have been the second, now that I think about it, because once it started to break out, it flipped Ethereum. But you know, XRP has always been in the limelight of crypto, and I think that's going to continue to do so. I personally love the chart for XRP right now, but I also feel like we could very well be in this 2019 timeframe where, you know, we are seeing this nice run up. Which, by the way, look at look at the level that we're at right now, and also look at the level back here where it did kind of climb to. Not saying that, you know, we do go to these highs, but we already kind of hit resistance of this September 2018 high, and now we're kind of at the same level of June of 2019. And then after this, it did have a massive sell-off of roughly about 77%. I'm not saying that we're at that point. I'm just saying, like, we need to be cautious here. But, you know, for the most part, I'm still very bullish on XRP, and I'm going to accumulate as much as I possibly can under 50 cents. And even a little bit above 50 cents. I don't mind buying a little bit higher, but I'm not going to buy when the price is, you know, pumping a little bit. I mean, right now, yeah, technically this isn't really pumping like crazy, but I already bought back here. I bought here as well. I bought the trend. So, you know, there's no reason for me to buy here yet until I do see a clean breakout. That way I could either, one, trade it, or possibly just add to my bag if I wanted to. But buying when it starts to flip things like, you know, this high from March 27th, you know, that kind of puts me in a little bit of a riskier position. So to me, you know, we already had a lot of time to buy XRP under 50 cents. You know, I will definitely be looking at the 20 to 30 cent zone, but as I've said, like, we already have so much happening around Ripple and around XRP right now. There's so much substance here, and I could definitely see this thing at double-digit plus figures going into the next major run-up with or without the SEC, right? Because I already said, like, we don't really need to rely on the SEC case to pump the price of XRP. I think everyone wants the XRP price to pump immediately, and they want to see XRP trading at 10, 20, 30, 40, $50. But, you know, the truth of the matter is, this is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of patience. And I want everyone to understand that, like, today, more than ever before, you know, XRP still is that digital asset. XRP still is that asset that Ripple is utilizing for a lot of their major institutional grade use cases. XRP still is on all of those documents from the World Economic Forum, you know, from the World Bank, we'll say, you know, the BIS. I mean, all of these major names, like even the IMF, you know, XRP is mentioned there. Same with XLM. So, you know, I'm not losing my vision here on XRP. I understand what I hold. I don't really care about the case. I don't care about a 50-cent XRP because, you know, long term, I know that this is going to go much higher. Unless I have a trade bag of XRP, which, yes, I do, then yeah, I don't really care about this price action, which, you know, I'm still looking at a higher price target for XRP on that trade bag. I'm really kind of looking at around roughly 64 cents, just full transparency. But, you know, nonetheless, I've been, you know, very adamant about, you know, why it's crucial to accumulate some of these trends that you see on XRP when the price action is just kind of going sideways. And remember, although when price action does go sideways, it doesn't always mean that it's going to continue to go sideways and then up. Sometimes it does also do this, which is, you know, go down. And you want to wait until things really stabilize to, you know, put a lot of capital in, because this was an incredible low on XRP all the way down to about roughly 11 cents. So, you know, make sure that you're not going too heavy in. Make sure that you are not over investing and, you know, really kind of, you know, positioning yourself for, you know, a stressful situation. You want to make sure that you are investing in capital that you can lose, that you are comfortable losing, because again, this entire asset class is speculative. And XRP itself, although we have so much substance, so much, you know, happening behind closed doors, I still believe that there is a lot of risk associated with this market, and you're not going to be guaranteed to get your money back immediately. You might have to wait a little bit of time. So, make sure that you are doing your own research, make sure that you are doing due diligence. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.